Hi, thank you so much for your time. In this session, you will get an overview of our POS security features. With our Equip POS, you can now run your business with a peace of mind and minimizing any unnecessary disputes. When it comes to implementing security measures, we need to balance between operation efficiency and security process. We do not want to overly implement security measures that eventually disrupt customers' shopping experience. We find preventive measures are usually more important than the cure. That's why we always highlight to our customers it is very important to inform the staff the serious consequences if they break the rules, if they break the trust. Tell them that the POS has security measures in place. This will create a subconscious security barriers in their mind. So now let's look at the security features in our POS. Now, just for your information, all the list items that you see on the screen is configurable, meaning that you do not need to implement everything, and we can actually configure according to your needs. So let's go through some of the items over here, and later on I will show you in demo. So you can allow the system to prompt password during the daily closing. And if you look at all these lists, I think one of a few important one is the blind closing, meaning that the staff will not be able to see the figures that are being recorded by the system. They will just count whatever cash they have in the cash drawer. And from there, you will know whether there is a excess or there is a shortage. We also have the feature to hide the reprint receipt because there are some customers who are coming back and ask for a reprint receipt so that they can claim additional from the mall. Okay, so there is also another very helpful features, which is proceed to the next transactions only after the cash drawer is closed. And we also have daily closing automatically done after 12 o'clock. System will do an automatically closing, and the next day, then you can check and do some audits on the previous night's transaction. Of course, we have all the reports that is in place. Later, I will show you with that. Now, let's move to the demo. What you're seeing over here is the screen of our POS. So this is the singles checkout screen. So what you see on the left is all the hotkeys. These are all the shortcut keys, meaning you can put some of the popular items on these shortcut keys and shortcut buttons so that when I click on the shortcut buttons, it actually appears. The cashier doesn't need to scan the barcode. So on the bottoms, you will see on the left side, these are all the features. You can hold the sales, you can record the sales, you can also refund, and all this will require a password. Later, I will show you. Now, on the right, these are the payment mode that you can set in our system. So after, for example, if I'm selling the Japanese candy, customer pay in cash, I can just click on cash and then collect the payment from them. And over here on the right, you will see the denominations. These are also configurable. So if a customer is paying to $5, I can just click a $5. Then it indicates that is a change of 340 and click OK. And the receipt will be printed. In this case, it's connected to my PDF printer. Right. So now let me show you, for example, if I need to do a refund. Okay, so what is going to happen? So now let me just complete this transactions using a Visa payment. And then I want to do a refund. So the moment I click on refund, then the system will require the cashier to scan the barcode that is printed on the receipt. They can scan it. But if let's say customer doesn't have that, they want to go back to the previous transactions and do a refund. Okay, so over here there is a refund. So when I refund the customer in cash, I will be prompted a password supervisor ID logged in. So this is one of the way that you can make sure that there is a proper process. Of course, sometimes customers will want to void that transaction. So same thing, are you sure? Yes. So the system will prompt them to have a supervisor password logged in. Now, the other things that I wanted to show you is the no sales button. So this button is supposed to kick out the cash drawer. So we will have the list of items, the reasons why the cashier needs to kick the drawer, open the drawer, right? So the user can select. Of course, over here, we can also implement the security measures by putting in the supervisor ID and password. Cash in and cash out, also the same thing. We can have the password. Of course, you may think that, yeah, this is kind of cumbersome because every time they need to do certain things, they need a supervisor, and your supervisor will be very busy. That's why I always say that we need to balance between the operation efficiency and the security measures. We have all the reports ready at the back end, so you don't need to worry if there's any void transactions or refund transactions. You will be able to see, which later on I will show you. Now I'm logging in as an admin user. Okay, so when I press the no sales, you will be able to see what are these reasons that I need to open the cash drawer. Okay, I can't actually close without choosing the reason. So the moment I choose the reason, I need to um, ask for change. Customer asks for change. I hit OK. System will print a slip out. So I can actually sign and acknowledge on that slip what was being done. Okay, so this, of course, there's some measurements to that. All right, so let me show you the closing. When I do a daily closing, what you are seeing on the screen now is what we call a blind closing. So in this case, the cashier will not have the visibility of the amount being recorded by the system. So what they need to do is basically count the cash and put it in. Of course, you can also choose to configure in such a way that they only need to put in the total amount. They do not need to break down by the denominations. That is also perfectly fine. And all of these Visa or Nets, they can get the amount directly from their Nets machine to put it in. So usually the issue comes with the cash. So that's why we also sometimes we will also encourage our clients to go for the cashless option. So that will also minimize some of the dispute. So now let me go to the reports and show you what are the reports that you can view. Now, so over here under the transaction report, you can see the sales transactions, and these are all updates in real time. You can also see what are the voided transactions. So for example, when I search avoided transactions, I see that there is actually a void transaction. So let me go in and find out who are the one. So let me see. Oh, so cashier is HWorks. So HWorks did a refund for the Japanese candy, and this was the amount. I can also go to the refund. Okay, so just now was the void transactions. Now is the refunded transaction. Okay, so same thing, you'll be able to see the details of the transaction, right? So this is the transactions that being refunded. Okay, and then the refund reason was it was actually an exchange. So these are all very clear. You can also have the visibility on the changings of the transaction type as well. Okay, now let me show you the user setup. So in this case, our system allows you to set different roles and different user access. So in this case, for example, when I entered a name of a user called cashier, so you can put in Kelvin or whichever stuff, you can group them into different grouping. So for example, this is a cashier group. What can a cashier do? You can change their password. You can also allow them only access to certain outlet only. So for example, you may have some part-timers that you only allow them to access to the outlets that they are working at. So this will also minimize some of the uh, issues. So I think that's all for the measurement, security measurement. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.